Hey guys, good afternoon. Just a quick reflection on the assignment that I posted. Also, kind of a reflection of this online learning that we're doing. This is something we need to think about, and it's something that we might have to continue doing into next fall, depending on kind of what happens here. So that's kind of where I've been reflecting. So, quick review of my unit, my students, or the section that I made. My students were doing calculations, pH, pOH, hydronium ion concentration, and hydroxide ion concentration, and they had to find those different numbers from the different formulas. So, the first question, do the task yield appropriate evidence? As I graded my kids' homework and quizzes, they did a they did show learning. Like, my kids had no idea how to do it at the beginning because it was something that was very new to them. So were they able to calculate pH, pOH, hydroxide, and hydronium ion concentration? They were, and they were also able to determine if a substance was an acid or a base. So I think that they were successful in the task of that appropriate evidence, and they did fairly well. Um, those that did it. Do they have any real world application? Unfortunately, the section that I shared did not have a ton of real world application. We were supposed to keep it fairly short, so I did not actually have them do real world application this time. They did go out and look at pHs of different substances using a PhET simulation, but they didn't actually have to do any calculations with that. So they did have to uh, see if it was an acid or a base. So I guess you could call that real world, but it wasn't the calculations as much as I was concerned. As far as formats of assessments, there was not a ton. I did homework, they did that PhET simulation, and they had a quiz at the end. So there were kind of three different ways, but I'd like to branch out and try a little bit further, to take it a little bit further next time and go a little deeper. Um, are the students able to self-assess? That's actually something that's going to happen next week for their final. The students are going to self-assess. I'm going to give them a choice board, and they have a couple of different options, actually three different options that I've worked on so far. They might do a brain dump where they kind of write down everything that they've learned in like a flow chart or spider web, whatever you want to call it, that they learned during this online time. They can kind of bring that together, or they could do like a paper review, or they could even, like students that are missing a lot of homework, I'm going to allow them to kind of do some homework as makeup, and that's going to kind of be their final. So they're I'm going to allow them to assess themselves, their learning next week. So that's going to be out there. Um, I think that right now we're all in the kind of the same boat. We need to probably make our classes more tech ready. Um, if this continues, I'm definitely going to get my kids more involved and want to see their faces a little bit more. We did Zooms for my school, and I only had about one kid that showed up consistently to the Zooms because that's just how it was, which was fine. But I'd like to increase that next year so we can have more interaction, and we're going to have to figure out ways to do that. Okay. I look forward to hearing your guys' thoughts and hope you all have a great end to this. Thank you.